Hi. So I know I said yesterday that this stream was going to be doing Little Misfortune, but I was taking and trying to get my computer to work. It was not wanting to work. When we managed to get it to work, we had quite a bit of issues with trying to get this to work. I finally got it to work, even though it's been about 3 or 4 hours since I was supposed to start streaming. And so, because of that, I don't want to get started in Little Misfortune, because I do know that that game has multiple pathways, and I'm not... My sister has already gone to bed. They're lapis with it, and they have already gone to bed. So, today, instead, we're going to be doing... What I found, apparently, is I missed this, but the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe game. This is basically the Stanley Parable, but with a bucket. At least that's what I know of it as. There's a lot more outcomes that can happen, and I'm still going to annoy as much as I can of this game, okay? So you cannot stop me with doing this. This game, hopefully it doesn't have the same... Oh, it doesn't. Okay, good. It doesn't have the same error that the first game had, where if I took and clicked off of it while it was in the screen, it just completely shut down. So we're going to see how it works now if I start the game and such. But before we start this with it, I just want to say... If you guys, I'm going to try to fix up some of the stuff, but one of the things I was going to have for here is a goal. And I don't know if you know this about me, but I can do horror. Some horror. I don't do good with good horror or such, but I found a lot of games, and you guys are going to get to watch me struggle through horror games. Because why not? And one of said games... If we can hit 100 followers on Twitch for it, or on YouTube. I'm not picky. If either one of you guys want to step up for it, but if we can hit 100 followers, then I will do Lethal Company with some of my friends. Why is my stuff? But I'll do Lethal Company with some of my friends, and I will be playing this. Also, keep in mind, I hate horror. I hate jump scares. I hate darkness within a game. So, you guys are going to get to see me freak out if we do play this game. Even if I had friends, I'm still going to be freaking out the whole way. So, if you want to see it happen quicker than expected, then feel free to follow on my Twitch, which is the... channels listed below. So if you want to take and look up the channel and get that all fixed up, you're going to see that I'm not lying when I say I'm going to do this. Just as I did for the other game where I did Jackbox with some of my friends for that. So, and you saw how chaotic that one got. That one went 18 plus during the stream, which was not expected as badly, and... yeah, a lot of stuff went down there. But if you want to see me do that again, I have Lethal Company as my next contender. So, let's get started with this. For this game, right here, once it wants to load, apparently it's very much does not like me for this. Here we go, here you go. There you go. Okay, let me double check that it's all in the way. Yeah, it's all fit in the screen. Alright, so we're going to play this, and just like before, one thing I've noticed is the computers follow our mouse. So wherever the mouse goes, whatever it selects, it chooses it on the remaining, and it's just a full infinite abyss over there. Oh, I just realized you can't see my mouse on this. No! We'll figure it out. I know this one is probably going to have jump scares, so you guys get to see me freak out about those, if I do. If you don't hear me freak out, just a warning of how I do freak out, I will probably get higher pitched or elsewise. So enjoy watching me if there is anything like that. I'm just here to play with the bucket. That is my one goal. Just as before, the end is never the end is never, and all that repeating. Is the story the same? I really want to just skip it. I know I shouldn't skip the narrator. Oh. I forgot to turn on the music and all. Apologies about that.
And he pushed buttons.
I have subtitles on, so if anything.
Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what
Back
employee
to the normal
427 did every
mind
day,
control shenanigans
every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And
I think Stanley might be having a bit of an issue. Hold on, let me take and close out there and see if that will help. Because I realize that the bit rate has gone pretty far down.
And then one day, something
I
very
wonder how it's going to be
happened.
where I
Something
swap
that would
over
forever
locations.
change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He
Yeah,
had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he
You're gonna
realized
take all my
that not
coworkers
one
from me.
single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting,
They
or
left
even
me.
say hi.
he made
Never
them
in
leave
all
me.
his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly
He has
wrong.
made everyone leave
Shocked,
me.
Frozen solid.
I can't believe
Stanley
this.
found
He
himself
took all
unable
my
to move for the
friends, took
longest
all of my
time. But as
stuff,
he came to his
took
wits
my
and
girlfriend,
regained
took
his
my
senses,
dog, took the
he got up
house
from his
and the
desk
kids.
and stepped out of his office.
Yeah, he does not get to step out of his office. He's going to be standing there right on time. Not going to have any moment of any sort of reprieve. Like, are we even able to... Yeah, we're still not able to touch anything here. It's still just having us just sit here and not be able to do anything. Let me see this stuff real quick. Anyways, there's still nothing to really click around here. Still nothing really. Sad, sad day. I don't think there's any extra controls right now. Still nothing there. I'm still going to
All of
attack
his
all the
coworkers
doors.
had gone. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Are you doing this
Click
again?
a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20
Yeah, he
times.
still does not
I would
like
say
it.
that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
I'm still going to tap it so much.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
If I just keep clicking, do you think he'll notice that I know exactly how this one goes? I'm still going to be clicking on doors. I don't mind clicking on every door if I have to come across it.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something.
He's still
It has to
going
be
on his
a
own
true
route.
reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost.
You
Why
don't have
you
any
go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Yeah, he's still going on his own tangent with it. His old tangents all the way. Narrator has no commitment to having new
Great.
things.
Now, go click a few times on door 437.
He has no commitment to taking and having new things.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
He's still going to be forcing me to do the or so section. Like a sad, sad day. He definitely...
Now, back to door number 437.
I don't even know what time adds into this, but I had to add in time too, so we'll see if the time changes or anything.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now.
He's
I think
still-
we're getting somewhere.
Same voice lines. So sad. The same voice lines are here. Oh, wait, I'd pass the door. Whoopsie daisy.
Now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes! This
There
is
you go.
great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
He's still doing his same thing.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
How dare he? He's not going to have anything new? I can't believe this.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it!
Yeah. I still have to get that all fixed up.
Amazing.
I'm still going to tap
you
on all the
really earned it,
doors.
Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
You
Just
have
think,
come
only
across
a few minutes
nothing.
ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
He has such a horrible time. Can I jump? No. Oh yeah, I still have the jumping disabled. I had to do the jumping to try to see if there's any way, anyhow. I can't even tap that. I'm still gonna be tapping the doors. You cannot stop me because I want to. Wait, what? Can I open and close doors now? That one's still not letting me open it. Okay, so it's this one. I'm gonna come close. Open, close, open, close. I have more power. More than what I had before. Which isn't much, but it is something. It is at least something. What is the box? I can't even touch the box. I'm still gonna try to see if there's anything we can still do. Which I doubt, but still.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Maybe you need to pick up the cues, okay? If I'm trying to double check that everybody truly has gone so I can throw a nice pity party, then let me do my own thing, alright? Narrators these days, honestly. Like this hallway. So drab, so dreary.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What would happen if I just... Oh, I can't click it at all. Door is left. We know the drill. Going on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
I'm
just to
still tapping
admire
on
it.
every single door because why not? Gotta make sure those people are not going to be back here. If I'm having this place to myself like I did in the first game, I'm going to enjoy it. Ooh, look at that view. Look at the nice view towards the other side. So stunning. Oh, that's way. Can I tap that? No, I can't tap the door.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had
They're
really
locking
been
me in
worth
now.
the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
We still have to make him
Stanley
very
simply
depressed
stood
about the
here,
coffee pot and
drinking
all.
it all in.
You're not going to be having an easy day, narrator. I'm still going to be in here, sitting down,
Yes.
watching the room.
Really, really worth it.
You're not
being
going to
here
get
in the
any
room.
satisfaction from
A
me.
room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
It is really worth it. It's because I'm having the worth. We still cannot get
At
anything
this
from the
point,
vending machine.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy. And
You
reflected
are
poorly
bordering
his
on
overall
creepy.
Personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Maybe they are. Maybe that is why everybody left, and that's why I get the entire room to myself. No, I don't have to worry about taking and sharing the copy
Stanley
part
sat around waiting
pot
for
with
more dialogue.
Linda
But when
anymore.
a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
The game has not sent me a message yet. It's not big enough of a message. You need to make sure it's displayed boldly across here. I need at least a whole 2 walls covered in the message. Otherwise, I can't How am I supposed to understand that you want me to go out that door? Unbelievable. And I still can't even get on top of these seats and all. Can I take and squat down and all? Let me take and see if there's anything I can just nab here. Probably not. What's some of these papers? Do they have any new things? I didn't even read most of the papers, but I don't like the place. I can't read that. That's too much scribbles. And it's still just a boring white outside. Just looking at the boring blue side. Is that the fancy? I think the full door and all is there. We can still go through and have fun with there. We need to wait until the narrator gives up. Because I'm not going to let the narrator accept this. Like, let the narrator get any wins. I'm going to be in here until he gets annoyed. However long that will be. Did I get swapped my time? No, it didn't. So, what got swapped my time? What depends on my time for this? Maybe it's because I came on and I'm playing this on a Tuesday for me? Maybe so, maybe so. No, one of the achievements of the last game was just play during the entirety of a Tuesday. Should I go out now? Ooh. Gonna tempt out fate there. Not gonna let him have any freedom. I don't think he realized that I'm still in the room. Maybe not. I think he actually has given up, so I'm going through.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Well, I'm still going to annoy every single thing I can. Because why not? I'm still going to do as I can, as much as I can. Oh, hell yeah, I can just close doors if I don't want them. Nice. That's my door now.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm still here because I still want to be here. Do not lie. If you're lying, stop right now. Just like normal. Just like what I missed the entire way. I missed you so much. I missed you all so much. As the fines increased, not at all. I'm still going to get onto it, and then
Look, Stanley,
first target, those boxes.
In his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I still have to see how this works for you, narrator. Regardless of what happens, I still have to take and annoy you into infinity and beyond.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Still have to annoy him.
Stanley
just
decided
as
to
normal.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is that the AC vent right here? Oh, no, this is fact. The copy machine. Damn. Gotta be scared of that copy machine. It's gonna take and copy us all the way like AI. Input. There we go. I have to be ready for that nice, heavenly spiral that they have where I get to just touch buttons.
Two open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
This seems like that's
Perhaps
a you
he wanted
issue.
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room.
Okay, his
What a
spirit has
beautiful
not
room.
been broken yet.
What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room.
He has not
Life
yet
without
lost
having
his spirit.
experienced this room was now
He
too
needs
horrible
his spirit to
even
be destroyed.
consider.
For any time we enter this room, I need the same. This is fine. That he had before. This
Yes,
a nude figure.
Really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really
Because I
worth
want
it.
the $1.25 drinks, okay? If I have $1 and I'm wanting this $1.25 drink, I'm still going to try to get this
At this point,
$1.25 drink.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy. and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
If you're
It's
not going to
possible that
take
this is
and
why everyone left.
adjust yourself to be just so confused about life, then that's not my issue. That's not what I'm worrying
Stanley
about.
sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Maybe the game has, but I don't care. The game can go on its own tangent if it wants to as well. You can go on your own tangent if you want to as well, but I'm staying here until I break your spirit. Because that's my one goal, is breaking spirits and getting a lot of fines. By the way, this $1.25 drinks will not come out at all. They are just stuck in this machine all the way, no matter how much I click on them. What even do they have for options? Okay, so they have yellow, purple, this like combination of blue and red. They have green, they have water, water, and water. Perfect combination of drinks. Exactly what you need in life is just colors and then water, water, water. Do you think we've taken and destroyed his figure enough? Is he still going to not let us just enjoy this room more? Like, look at this amazing stuff. We can watch paint dry and paint disintegrate on these walls, just as intended for this room. Because what else are you supposed to do in this room whenever you have nobody else to be with? Honestly, brilliant at its best. Not to mention, I can't even deal with any of, like, touch any of the drinks or such, and these drinks don't even want to come out. It's insane, some of the stuff that we have to go through here. Still nothing going on here. Same paint drying here. Maybe I have to go a couple more times. I'm gonna go a couple more times, see if you can finally get taken out.
And took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
You know, just as normal.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
We have to continue on as normal, where next one we take and hit right into the corner here. Or in center. That one works too.
He is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do. Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley.
No, you
Everyone
leapt
thinks
from
you
the
are
platform
very
and
powerful.
you took and leapt to your death. Any more inputs? Any
All of his co-workers
fantastical
were gone.
inputs?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I still need to
Perhaps he
order
had
those
simply missed
boxes,
the memo.
Tina. Narrator, your name's Tina now. And Tina, I need to order those boxes. Because I remember we had an order where we got a ton of different boxes all over the place. And you have yet to make a mess of that place. You're just giving me the same old boring place. Give me some mess
When
and all.
Stanley came to a set
Give
of
me
two
paper
open
all
books,
over the
this was
floor.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Give me
Stanley knew
otherwise with
perfectly
it.
well.
Let's see,
Perhaps
has
he
your
wanted
spirit
to stop
been
by
broken
the
yet?
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I don't
The
mind
lounge was
hearing you.
sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace,
His spirit
its
has
subtle
not been
charm.
broken yet.
No.
We know that his
Stanley
spirit
knew
has not been broken.
It was something deeper,
So we need to take
something
him out.
darker.
He's not at all lost his spirit. And if he's not going to lose his spirit yet, then I need to make sure that he can.
Yes, really, really worth it being here.
Like, you
in the
can see
room.
him slowly
A room
draining
so
away.
utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
You
Really worth it.
underestimate my tolerance, even though, yes, my tolerance is pretty low. Ooh, smoke alarm. Can I set that off? No, it won't let me even
At
tap
this
it.
point,
How could they?
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
I have to wait for you to
It's
say that,
possible this
and
is
then I
why
can leave.
everyone left.
And then I know that I've done the best that I
But
can
at
in that
last,
room.
He'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Just gonna close all the doors of opportunity. I'm
Stanley
going
was
straight
so bad
into
at
here.
following directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired
Okay,
years
so
ago.
next one, I think I'm gonna hit that pallet over there, okay? That pallet is
Look,
the one I'm
Stanley,
going
I think
to.
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong, but in his eagerness to prove that he
I
is in
knocked at the
control
pallet,
of the story
sadly.
and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Stanley
Good job,
knows
Stanley.
what he's
Everyone
doing.
thinks you are very
And Stanley
powerful.
needs at least 2 business days before they are expected to come into work, okay? Wait, input on my computer? No, okay, it's all good still. Wonderful, exactly what we
All of his
need.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Are you still not going to give me a floor covered in mess? I need that, so graciously, please come tell me next. There's still no error such, and I'm so sad. Oh, so
When
sad.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
You're still
well.
stuck on here.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
I'm here
admire it.
until you break your spirit.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness.
Are you not yet
Then the feeling went
disturbed?
away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for
You
a
think I
minute or
don't
two.
remember what happens?
Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
I'm still gonna be tapping all around until you give me what I want of you losing your spirit.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating
Yep.
that even though all your co-workers
Keep
have
saying the
mysteriously
same
vanished,
things, narrator.
here you
I
sit
love
looking at
you
these
just
chairs
as
and
well,
some
okay?
paintings. Really
I'll
worth it.
take and put you in the corner, and we can both take you out on a walk eventually, okay? Right now, though, we are still going to be in this room
At this
until I
point,
can take
Stanley's
and
obsession
destroy
with this room
your
bordered on
sense
creepy
of
and reflected
reality
poorly
when
on
you
his
are making
overall
fun of me.
personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Why everybody left is because they don't like you, okay? If they left because of me, it's because I'm so fabulous as they can't stand to be around me.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Has the game yet lost its spirit, or do I need to come a couple more times? Maybe he has lost his spirit. Come on, narrator, we're gonna take you on a nice
But
long
at last,
walk.
he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the
We're gonna
first open
show
door on
you,
his
narrator,
left to get
that
back
we
to
are
business.
not taking that door and going straight in.
Stanley was
This
so
is a
bad
normal
at following
day.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, well, that seems like a you issue if you're so interested in me making sure. Trust.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
That
Good job,
seems like
Stanley.
you have
Everyone
an issue
thinks you are very
with what I'm
powerful.
trying to do here. All right, I'm trying to do my own thing, and you are being so very much not on board with this, okay? I have priorities here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's still no new ones within. Ooh, this one's sideways. Isn't it usually that way? Damn, we're getting some snazzy upgrades. Fancy, fancy. Oh, so fancy the whole way. Server username access. There's no more there. Let's keep on trucking through. Maybe this time we can trick
When
and
Stanley came to a
cause
set
more
of
of an
2 open
esse.
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room. And
Has your
Stanley knew
spirit
it
been
perfectly
broken
well.
yet with me going
Perhaps
through
he
here,
wanted
or do I
stop
need to
by
go
the
a bit
employee
more?
lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before.
The narrator
this room?
obviously does not know what
A
he's
connection
talking
between
about.
the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply.
I mean, I love the broom
Madly.
closet. I was in there earlier.
Love.
I was in there the other day for the broom closet. It was absolutely amazing. Fully furnished. We could definitely get about
Yes.
1,000
Really,
there if
really
we had
worth
it
being
in
here
New
the
York.
Room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers
The
have
narrator
mysteriously
has
vanished,
lost his mind.
here you
He
sit
has to
looking
bring
at
up
these
his own
chairs and
stuff.
some paintings. Really worth it.
He has to bring up his old lifestyle of the different words and such to make sure Stanley
At
or
this
I
point,
know what I'm
Stanley's
supposed to be
obsession
doing.
with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible
I'm just going
that
to
this
take
is
and
why
go back and
everyone
forth
left.
because I can have Instead of all else, we're just gonna have lights flashing and bothering me so much instead.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Narrator, you're still way too chippy for this room. You have to understand, that's my one and only goal, is to make sure that you are not at all chippy for it. I'm just gonna head straight through
But
now.
at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
It's still the regular same old.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What if I go whoop? What if I go whoop, whoop, whoop?
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back.
Seems
you
like
best
a you
either
issue.
get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below.
I'm
You know
jumping
what?
to the floor
Looking
below.
At it now, it's not. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story
I'm
and no one
ignoring
gets to tell
him.
him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I am very, very powerful. You cannot stop me in my powerfulness here, okay? I will do what I need to have done. That's
Already
my
this
goal,
was
and
uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would
maybe
never
you
leave
need
it
to
again
find
in his
safeness.
life.
You need to find a space that you're safe in. I think you are just ignoring the obvious that you don't know what you're doing here. You don't have any clue what's going on or anything like that. And I think you need to find out your own sense of worth, okay?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
You're still
well.
too chipper.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
I
employee
need you
lounge
to be
first,
way less
just to
chipper in
admire
order
it.
for me to take and
The lounge was
ignore
grand,
it.
majestic, perhaps too majestic. Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little.
Do I
This
have any
made him
blood?
smile.
No, I don't have
At
any blood.
last, proof that he was human.
No, it seems like you're having hallucinations about me, honestly. Like, I'm just sitting here being fabulous, being in the corner here like a regular
Yes,
person.
Really, really.
And
worth
you're the
it
one
being here in the room.
saying that I'm
A
bleeding
room
and
so
such.
utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
How about you
Really
get some
worth
better
it.
lines? Because same thing as I'm doing here of watching the chairs and paintings, you can at least get a better dialogue or better lines. Write
At this
those into
point,
the script
Stanley's
next time.
obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
I know you
It's
build these
possible that
places,
this
and
is
so if
why
you are
everyone
not going to
left.
add this into your dialogue, then I am going to come after you, narrator, and I will take and force you to write new lines about this room.
Stanley
All
sat
right.
around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I think now is the time to go. Now is the
But at
best time
last,
to
he'd
go
had
and
enough
just
of the
ignore
amazing
it
room
all.
and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
I still don't know why they asked me to put on like full. They had me do a full like thing
Stanley
for
was
us
so bad
with
at following directions. It's
messaging
incredible
what
he
all
wasn't
is
fired years
going to be
ago.
happening.
Look, Stanley, I think
Let's see if
perhaps
I
we've
go up
gotten off on
higher.
the
Can I
wrong
get
foot
over to
here.
those
I'm not your
shelves?
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but in his eagerness to
Close
prove
enough.
that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley left
How
from the
many
platform
times
and
can I do
plunged to
this
his
and
death.
annoy you,
Good job,
narrator?
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Good job, narrator. Everybody thinks that you are not supposed to be here. Back to the normal, boring day life of with the brand new office, brand new whip, all that fun stuff.
All of
I
his
think out of the
co-workers were gone.
way.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
The
had simply
whiteboard
missed a memo.
ending! Goodbye. I have my whiteboard here. All I need is a whiteboard. Wonderful. We love the whiteboard. Did you know there's a whiteboard in here, narrator? Of course you didn't. This is my whiteboard now. You can't even guess how big my whiteboard is on here. Any of the other doors?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. nor did it advance the story in any way.
It did make a difference. I got the whiteboard ending, okay? Much less of what you would have is I have a whiteboard. So I'm better than you are already, man. Mr. Narrator, you need to get good. Get good with life.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was
I'm
not
still
the correct way to
opening
the
the
meeting
same
room,
way.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I need
Perhaps
you
he
to
wanted
still make
stop
a
by
mess
the
of the
employee
office.
lounge first,
And
just to
I need to
admire it.
order a ton of equipment,
And
okay?
here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley
Very-
thought to himself.
No!
What a room, what a room, what a room.
You're so close to losing
is
your
what
sanity
Stanley
over this
thought.
room. You're
What a
so close to
room.
losing
What a
your
room, what a
livelihood.
room.
And you are
What a
still
room.
so close.
Va-va-voom. What a room.
You still have at least some sense of humanity and sanity in this room, man.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though
He's
all your
slowly
co-workers have
losing it.
mysteriously vanished,
I'm
here
so
you
proud
sit
of
looking at
myself.
these
You're
chairs and
slowly
some
losing
paintings.
it.
Really worth it.
You're slowly losing it for all this? I can't believe it. Eventually you'll take and realize that I
At this
mean
point,
a ton of
Stanley's
stuff on
obsession
here.
with this room bordered on creepy and
We'll
reflected
just keep
poorly
watching
on
the
his
floor.
overall personality.
Because we can just count
It's
the lines
possible
going
that
across.
This is why everyone left.
Maybe we should get a mathematician in here and try to figure out how many tiles this room has. 'Cause yes, we have individual tiles, yeah, but
Stanley
like
sat around
little
waiting
baby
for more
ones.
dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game
I
was
gotta
trying
make
to
sure
send him
it
a message.
ends his dialogue first. There you go.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to
I'm
business.
still not going to take the first open door. That one closes. I'm still going straight through. Just like a regular normal
Stanley was so
person
bad
would.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, as normal, we need to get to that
Look,
second
Stanley,
one
I
right
think
there.
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize
jump.
but in his eagerness to prove that
Right
he is in
there.
control of the story and
Let's
no
go.
one gets to tell him
Exactly
what to
what's
do,
needed.
Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are
It seems
very
like
powerful.
you don't know what you're supposed to be doing here. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm supposed to be right here. Taking and annoying you until I can
All of
get
his
my
co-workers
boxes
were-
taken,
Wait,
ordered.
No, this isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Yeah. 427's right there. Narrator's losing his mind now. That's still going. The phone's still there. Still got no answer for it. And I can't even jump out the window. Typical things, typical things. He still hasn't realized that I'm still here. Still going to be annoying. Do I get to go and knock on doors again? Should I knock on doors? I'm going to be knocking on doors. Just like a normal person would. Hello, neighbors. Are you in here at all?
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement
I've already
is
done
worth?
this for
No,
you,
no,
narrator.
no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose
I've
you were to
already
click the
clicked
door
it all,
20
so
I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
maybe the narrator is just having a full aneurysm.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
I'm
Perhaps
still gonna be
50
taking
clicks will
an.
do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I'm still doing this until a narrator answers me of yes or no, or finally has an aneurysm and just doesn't want to be here anymore. He obviously does not like
I'm
this.
still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the
I've
cost.
already gotten the
Why
achievement,
don't you
narrator.
go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Oh wait, yeah, I was like 41. I don't think there's a 41 in here, and I was like, oh wait, that's 417. There you go.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times
Let's
on
see if
door
we get the
437.
achievement a second time. That'd be pretty interesting. Get it a second time? That'd be pretty fun.
Excellent. I think we're getting
He's
somewhere.
definitely having
now, door
aneurysm.
415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Lapse in judgment and all.
Now, back to door number 437.
He definitely lapsed in judgment. He does not know what he's doing here. He's like going through without knowing what to do.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
I'm still going to annoy him just as normal.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
You still have a lapse of judgment, lapse of memory, and everything like that. Where did I go for it? Because I'm getting... It's like full like mind zone here. How did I get on top? Ah! How did I get on top before?
Yes!
There you
This
go.
is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on
You still
door
won't let me
416.
jump. I need to jump first. 416? 416? I can't believe this all the way. Can't believe this at all.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
He's having a full aneurysm here. He's not remember any of us doing this
Finish it
before.
off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door! Yes! We did it!
We've already done
wow.
that.
That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how
already
far
done
we've come
that,
today.
man.
Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now.
I'm still gonna go through and annoy all the doors. You can't stop me. Can I get in the board yet? No. Sadly, no. Sales through the quarter and all.
When
Sad,
Stanley came to
sad
a set
day.
of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the
When you
correct
see
way to
if
the
he
meeting
has
room,
lost
and Stanley
his
knew it
sanity
perfectly
yet.
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
We still have to see if you've lost your sanity yet for
It
this
was
room.
okay.
There we go. Exactly what we needed.
But eager to get back to business,
Let's
Stanley
go.
took the
We just
first
need to make
open
sure
door
that
on his
he is
left.
completely out of it and everything. So anyways,
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years
next one we have to
ago.
do is the red door, blue door
Look,
game.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
You
I'm not
have gotten
trying
off
to
on
be
your
rude.
own wrong foot.
I
But
realize
I'm
that
still
investing
here doing
your
my
trust
own
in
regular
someone else
thing,
can be
okay?
difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. Or what?
There you go.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you
Danger
have zero
everywhere, just
consideration
as
for
normal.
others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to
Yes.
you? Why? I don't know how to convince
Why am I
you of
supposed
this,
to be
but I really do
unconvinced?
want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Can't even get on that
Let me
side.
prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me
No.
a chance.
You are not getting to know me at all.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
How about this door? No, not on that door. I'm going through the blue door.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the
Can I
red
even get through here
door.
yet? No. If I find a key, I want to try to see if I can get through that one.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked
I'm
through
sorry.
the red door.
But I can see it says red on there.
All right, fine.
I'm
go ahead,
going through the
Stanley.
blue one.
You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Just gonna be the same
You see?
empty
There's
spaces.
nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
That seems
Broken
like it's a
rooms,
you
exposed
issue, okay?
developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes. Because
not
this
think I
is
put
the
a lot of
one
time
way
into
that I
this?
can
Because
annoy
I
you the
did.
most.
And in the end, it was all for nothing.
I'm still going to
because
annoy
this
you,
is what you wanted to
regardless of
see.
the story. Because
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see?
What would make this game
Vehicles?
better
Skill
is if
trees?
you take
Work
and-
with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so
no,
far.
because you're not listening to any of my
Tell you what,
opinion.
Let me take a stab
Okay?
in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
It seems
There
like that
we
you're
go.
having quite a bit of an
third
issue.
option. This already feels leaps ahead of
We'll
where
go
we
with the
were
third
before.
option.
Go
Why
ahead,
not?
Stanley. Take it from... Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Absolute
Now,
horrible.
Tell me about your experience with this new version.
Just as
Would
normal,
you say that the game benefited
absolute
from
horrible,
allowing you
because
more
I need to
choices?
make sure to
Feel
press
free
the
to
one.
Be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
You
A
can
one?
have without
I can
any
understand if you
critical
had
feedback.
reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and
No.
artistically, but a 1? That's not even
I'm
helpful.
going to press
What am I
the one
supposed
the
to do
whole
with
way.
that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge.
What are you supposed to do with
Here,
that? Maybe that's
based on
your
the data
issue.
from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
Is this where the
Let's take
horror
a
game
look.
starts coming in? Oh. Yeah, no, I remember this. I'm going straight ahead.
Pause. Again, honest answers,
Not
please.
at all.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You
I'm
wouldn't
letting
mind
the baby
taking a look at
die.
it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls
I can either
left
let the baby
towards
come through,
danger.
and
You
I'll
click
stay
the
here
button
for
to
the
move him
entire
back to the
4
right,
hours.
And if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of
If
endlessly
you have me
confronting the demands
where you're
of family
challenging me
life.
to do this
I
for
think
another
the art world
for 4
will
hours,
really
I'm
take
going to let
notice.
the baby
But
die.
of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's
Baby,
effective?
I'm sorry.
Be sure to keep notes on your
But the narrator is being horrible. You're going to be still so loud to me. Why are you so loud to me?
Bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
I enjoy my
It's over.
corners.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely
I'm going to
valuable.
enjoy my corners
hey,
the
since
entire
my
way.
game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Did you get
Let's
copyrighted
see.
from
What do
Minecraft
we
yet?
have here?
You sound like you're
Yes,
going on
this
the
seems
toilet.
Like it'll work. Let's
Are
give
you
it a
doing
shot.
work on the toilet, narrator? You're not going to even give me the time of day to be out of the bathroom when worked on? Ooh.
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
We are going out the window.
But it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic
I have not
purpose.
played this game before, and so I actually
Yes,
don't know what
that
game
must
this
be.
is.
What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity.
Who fire-
So far, I love everything about this
Who
game,
fire
Stanley.
watches
And it
the
seems
fire
there's even
watch?
more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
There we got a ton of S's. Oh, I remember those S's all over the place. Alright, we got the Lookout Cookbook. What are you doing? Fine, I'll go outside. Such imprudence with it, forcing me to go outside on this fine and lovely day? How could you, narrator? I'm here for a reason. And I'm here to take and watch that there's nothing happening. I'm definitely gonna go downstairs. If I get jump scared, then that will be my fault.
Oh, no, it can't be.
I've been let out into the wild.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No!
Thank
You could have
goodness,
let
Stanley,
me
what a close
keep
call.
walking.
You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big open,
Let me
just
out,
wandering
narrator.
around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any.
He is having so much
thank
issues
heavens
with
we
that.
avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
How
Okay,
could
I'm
you?
going to get us out of here. Let's
I
find
can't
another
believe you,
game.
narrator.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice.
Ooh, this
big,
one has a big
insurmountable
open.
walls. Okay.
There's an opening
I
right
think
here.
This will be just the thing.
My forbidden outside.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could
We
get
love
lost
Rocket
here.
League.
Now this is game design. Stanley, if you
Let me
manage to
get hit
lost
by a
in this
car,
game,
come on.
I will be phenomenally impressed.
I have a standard now, and I need to be hit by a car. All right, so let me be hit by
Okay,
a
so
car.
what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball.
Yeah.
Oh, what
Put the
fun.
ball up and so I can
We shall run
toss
the
it in
bases and do
somewhere.
a touchdown together?
No!
Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Where's the ball? There we go. There's the ball. Let me be squished. We're going to the blue team because I like the color blue. Ball.
Are you
I
doing it?
not like
Are
you.
you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I
Yes.
have a thought. And
So
I
much
realize
better.
I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal
You
pleasure,
are having
then
way too much
surely
fun with this.
multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm
My
going to
ball
try
is
now.
leaving
Here
me.
comes another ball.
Leave me all the way.
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply
You're
have to
having
have
way too
more.
much
I'm
fun with that.
insatiable. More
This
balls.
ball is not coming out. How many balls are you doing here? I can't even score a goal with one ball, much less many of them. Can I score any? Can I score any? Touchdown!
Are you enjoying this? Hold on. What are you doing?
I'm leaving you, narrator. This is my round now.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Wonderful. He's gone now. Is this why we need this full air and such? Aw, no. I hate this one so much. I hate this so much. Please don't have any jump scares. Please, please, please. At least for the other game, I knew there wasn't jump scares because they didn't ask me to take and put up a full, like, see how dark the room is compared to my computer and all. At least that way I was able to actually know there wasn't going to be any jump scares, but now you gotta add me to jump scares? How could you? Just walking in all the way in here. Gonna see this, turn back around, go to the light. Please don't have any jump scares. Please don't. Please don't. Okay, good. We got through that.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the
You
heavy
put a ton
toss
of balls
that
in
comes
there,
with it.
and then you let me
He'll
take
understand
and
soon what I
toss
was trying
balls
to
into
tell
the
him.
goal.
He needs me. Someone who will wrap
I
everything
don't
up at
need
the end
you.
to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion.
You have
That's
a
who I am.
nice
That is
and
what I mean to
bit
this world. Oh, yes.
annoying
Yes, I'll be back. There's no
attachment
other
issues,
way.
man.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back.
You have too much of an attachment
The end will
issue.
be here soon. Very soon.
You need to get rid of your
I can
attachment
wait.
issues, man. You're having way too many attachment issues to this. Too many attachment issues the whole way. Alright,
All
so
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I still
Stanley
haven't
decided to
gotten
go
a
to the meeting
call.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I
No
haven't
matter
gotten
how
the
hard
call.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I haven't gotten a call for anything. Should I take and go through? I might have to go through the normal ending. Or actually, let me go to the apartment one. I'll just go straight
When
through the
Stanley
apartment
came
one.
to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
You're
knew it
still not going to
perfectly
have
well.
any
Perhaps he wanted
sort
to
of
stop by the
relief
employee lounge
from the
first,
break
just to
room.
admire it. It was okay.
There we go, wonderful. I
But
love
eager to
seeing
get
that
back
sort
to
of
business,
energy here.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm not going that way. I'm going forward. I need to go
Stanley
see
was so
the
bad
second
at following
route.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Because I know the red door leads
Look,
to the
Stanley,
same
I think
place,
perhaps
I
we've gotten off
believe.
on the wrong
I
foot
forgot.
here.
I think the red
I'm
door
not
still
your
leads the
enemy,
same.
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can
If you're
be
gonna
difficult,
take an
but
offer-
the fact is that the story has been
Can I
about
get in that
nothing
door at
but
all?
you all this
I want to get in that
time.
door. Shit!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story
I did not
and
get
no
through
one gets to tell
onto
him
that
what to
platform,
do,
so I could go
Stanley
mess
left
with that
from
door.
the platform and plunged to his death.
This seems like
Good
a you
job,
issue.
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very
That's a you
powerful.
issue. That's a you issue if you don't think I should be able to do this, okay? I have a plan and a motion,
All
and
of
that
his
plan and
co-workers
motion
were
will be
gone.
trying to get through.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You're still on your own tangent? I'm like, are you?
When
5
Stanley
light years
came to a
past
set
that.
of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
I don't think
Stanley
the
knew it
opposite way
perfectly
has
well.
any way through
Perhaps
it.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Because some of
just
these
to
doors
admire
just
it.
don't open.
It was okay.
Yeah, your spirit's already crushed.
But
Wonderful.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Gotta make sure I close that on the
Stanley
narrator.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Maybe you need to be fired years ago,
Look,
okay?
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
You got off the
I'm
wrong
not your
foot.
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but
They
the
do
fact
have a
is that
key
the
card on
story has
there.
been about nothing
So
but
I do
you
want you to take
all this
and
time.
swipe the
There's
key
someone
card
you've
there.
been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten.
You're gonna
about.
try to convince me that my
Please,
girlfriend is
stop
someone
trying
I need
make
to talk
every
to.
decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her.
My girlfriend can
This
suffer.
is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem
What do they have
yourself.
here?
To put
Still
your
nothing
work
that way.
aside. To let her back into your life.
You're gonna do the
She's
same of
been
making me
waiting.
go into the apartment, take away my bodily autonomy,
That's her, Stanley.
and just not gonna let me through. Like, you're just gonna take my body autonomy from me and not let me take and do anything?
Oh, Stanley, is that
Just
you?
as normal.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
And you're gonna give me a mannequin
Right.
because you don't want to see me
Okay,
happy,
there
huh?
we go.
I need
All
to
right,
still
now,
fight
I
you with
want you
this.
to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually
I
think
still
you had
can't
a loving
leave
wife
at all.
who'd want to commit their
Sadly,
life to you?
sadly.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something.
I don't want to
Come
see
inside.
anything, 'cause that's
Let
not
me show you
anything
what's
I want
really
to
going
see.
on here.
No, I'm gonna stay out here. How long can I stay out here without you noticing? Can I just stay out here for days, hours, years, eons, and all the way? I don't know. But I can go in if you want me to go in so badly. Let me go in and keep pressing
This is a
buttons
very
until
sad
you're just
story
like
about
sad
the
and
death
this
of
can
a
be.
man named Stanley.
Maybe you are a death for a man named Stanley. Maybe just keep pressing the buttons.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands
Let
nothing
me be
of him,
mind controlled
and
because
every
I don't
button
want to
that he
deal with your
pushes
BS
is a reminder
narrator.
of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Maybe you are an inconsequential nature of your
Look at him there,
existence.
pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told
Yeah,
to do.
because I don't
Now
have
he's
any issue
pushing
with
a
that.
button. Now he's eating lunch.
And now you're just
he's
talking,
going home.
yabbering on
Now
without having
he's coming
any
back
sort
to
of
work.
end.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Maybe I feel sorry for you because you could be a lot better with this,
But
alright?
in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley
Maybe it's
dreamed
because
of
you
wild
can't,
expeditions
you don't
into
have
the
any
unknown.
imagination.
Fantastic discoveries of new lands.
Maybe that's why you just
It
keep
was
stealing
wonderful.
from
And each
other
day
people
that he
from their
returned to
games.
work was
Because
a
you have
reminder
no
that none of
imagination
it
yourself.
would ever happen to him.
You have no imagination yourself? Nothing like that? How could
And
you?
so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Maybe that's because you don't have any excitement in your life. Maybe you should be getting excitement first and then tell me how to live my life, okay? How about you get your stuff first?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At
No,
last,
I don't want
choice.
to imagine that.
It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
No, No, that's what you want to enjoy with it. I'm just taking and
As he
enjoying
wandered
my
through
nice
this
day.
fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down
You're gonna
another
let
was a
me
game with a
play with
baby. And he called
those?
it the Stanley Parable.
You're gonna let me play with those for it? I really, really want to
It
put
was
the
such
line.
a wonderful
The
fantasy.
line for
and
me,
so
please.
in his head, he relived
I need
it
him
again.
back.
And then again, and again, over and over,
You
wishing
can
beyond
be
hope
over
that
and
it would
over
never
and be
end,
so
that he
annoyed
might
at myself,
always
but
feel
I will
this
still be
free.
continuing with
Surely
this.
there's an answer down some new path. Mustn't
No.
there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Maybe you need to play just one more time, okay? Maybe you need to play
But
more.
there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has
Maybe
changed.
that's because you're so
the
jealous
longer
of
he
me.
spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
You're just jealous of me, okay? I have a wife, I have kids,
I'm
and
trying
you
to
don't even
tell him
have
this,
anything.
That in this world, he can never be anything but an
Do
observer.
you even have
that
a
as long
wife?
as he remains here, he's slowly
Do you
killing
even
himself.
get any bitches?
But he won't
Because
listen to
I
you.
do.
He won't
I
stop.
definitely do.
Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
See, I'll just do this and see what he says. See how annoyed he gets. By the way, does the clock match with my time I have right now? No, it doesn't, sadly. Sadly, sadly. So sad. So sad, so sad. All the way. How long do I have to be here with it? If I'll press ever the button besides that button, how long does it have to be? Yeah, they were like, no, how dare you? You have to press this, otherwise you can't be here. Well, tough luck to you. I'm still gonna be playing this. Let's see, give it like a minute or two. Narrator still doesn't believe me. I'm gonna take and actually press it then. Most likely, this narrator is just not the best type. Like, at least the other one lost its, like, nice and positive attitude about the workroom really early on. At least they had the decency to ignore the workroom earlier on. You know what? Let's do
You
it.
see? Can he just not hear me?
I
How can I
can't. You're
tell
not
him
just
in a way
not
that
paying
he'll
attention to me.
understand that every second he remains
You
here,
are leaving
he's
me
electing
alone
to
and
kill
unattended.
himself. How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
You are taking
I
and
suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to.
getting
But
delusional
I don't
about
make
me.
the rules. I
You're
simply
so
play to
jealous
my
that I have an
intended
actual
purpose, the same
job
as
and you
Stanley.
don't.
We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him.
You
I'm
have no
compelled to.
life?
I must.
No,
Perhaps,
nothing.
well, maybe this time he'll
Can't
see.
believe you, man.
Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a
Please
button.
die.
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
And you're crying again, and I will continue pushing the buttons until you understand what I'm trying to say. Alright. Let's see. I have, like, magnets in one of my hands because they're really absolutely fun to mess with. It's just the boxes. Hold on. There you go.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are
I need
confirming
so
your
many.
shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work.
Give me a
Can you
moment.
verify that this is correct?
Give me a moment. I'm getting called elsewhere. I have to make sure that I'm taken care of. I've been told I must quiet down. Else the hounds will be after me for it. The hounds will...
Understood. Your order will be canceled immediately. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Did you just cancel my order? Ma'am? Ma'am? Did you just cancel my order in the time that it took for me to leave and come back? How dare she? I can't believe the society we live in. I can't have any boxes covering my office again? How could they? New content!
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I can't go down that way, but I can go down this way. What's this way? What did he put me in? I'm going somewhere. I don't know where this is. Do I get to ignore the narrator?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I know, it's so
After
amazing.
receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
100%. We gotta make sure
The Stanley
everybody's taken
Parable
care of.
Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting
100%,
audiences the world over.
Gotta make sure everybody is 100% happy,
Please
including
step
everyone
inside and
else.
see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Yes,
Oh, well,
yes.
this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yes, yes. Because you can't make anything here, huh? Let's go into
Okay,
this
so far
creepy
it's an
old...
elevator. Nothing
Yeah.
special yet, but I'm
just go
sure
straight
it's
in
just
here.
the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
We go in and you're just gonna see just straight horror happen.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go.
There you
All right,
go.
finally,
Haha.
at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Huzzah, huzzah. How bizarre, how bizarre, how bizarre.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
You are having some
mostly
issues with these
tedious. It's as if
issues.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content,
Ooh, behind
Stanley.
me. I gotta make sure they cover it behind me.
All right.
Do I get to jump?
Let's see. It's the jump circle.
I get to jump now. I'm going to run this to the ground. You can't stop me. I'm running this to the ground. I finally get to jump now. I have to go all the way to the ground because otherwise, how else do I get to use up my jumps? Can't do anymore. Aw. So sad. So sad all the way.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
That's more than enough for me.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not
That's
positive.
because you don't know how
It's
to
just
make
elevators
games.
and jumping.
You're
Is
the
this
one
what
that
passes for
plagiarizes
exciting
your own
new
work.
Content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion.
Hey, how
could
about
put that
you
on
give me the
box.
jump?
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good.
That seems like it's a your issue.
I knew
with
there
it.
had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Ooh. I get to walk straight through here. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You
gonna
see,
hold me
Stanley?
hostage
This is what
here.
happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And
Maybe
don't
that's
get me
because
started
you
on the
haven't
level of
had any
craftsmanship that's gone
true
into it. In fact, I'm looking
details
right
as
now
such.
at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says Test achievement, please ignore. What quality
Do you want to
assurance
give me
department
that
signed off on
achievement,
this?
honestly?
I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
You are the one that were
It's
taking
my
and
fault, Stanley.
copywriting
I built up
other
too
games.
much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game? And
No.
we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
I'm here.
No
You
frills,
can't stop me.
no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
No.
What do you say, friend?
No. This is my spot now. How dare you? I had found my spot. I was in an amazing room. And you had to take me out of there? How could you? I love that it's just like completely destroyed. He's just gone. You can't see him at all. Wonderful. You know, this kind of looks like my office. I can't. It kind of looks like the office that's usually here.
Psst. Stanley, come over
this?
here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
I want to go upstairs, though. Let me go upstairs first. Okay, fine. Let me go into the vent. Ooh, there's a wrench. Okay. Go, Power Ranger. I can't even grab any of those. Down the hatch. Are you gonna let me in, narrator?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me
Yeah.
thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
Hell yeah.
Take a look.
You brought better chairs to the office? Oh, I couldn't ever thank you so much. You have full chairs and everything here. I'm so impressed. Like, that's But the chairs, honestly. They make it up for it so much and better.
I call it the memory zone. It's where
Oh,
I've been
damn.
storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I
leave?
want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Okay, fine, let's go see it. Let's go see it like a regular person should. Let's go see what he's saying and all. In memory of the Stanley Parable.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how
I don't-
wonderful Stanley Parable
think we were
was
supposed to
before
forget
it was
this.
sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember
What is this
back in
in here?
October of 2013 when the game originally
Are you
launched?
not gonna let me in?
Back then, video games had integrity.
2013.
Back then,
Ooh,
it
what's
all
this?
meant something. Oh, the
Oh, the Steam page for it. Nice. Okay, then they have the nice, all the images, Times magazines. There's nothing. Cargo. No, cargo vroom. Cargo vroom, not go. Stanley Parable. There's an actual book over this, and nobody told me. Audience award, wonderful. They have the Stanley Parable, the British Academy Awards. They have different things all along here. Our first kiss, my first car, the release of Stanley Parable, just as normal, just as it was foretold. And I still can't open up that door. How dare they? There's still no time that's actually here. Mind control facility, all the wonderful things. Just different pictures all over the place. With the in memory of Temp. I don't know who Temp is. The original remake. Fancy. I can see fancy remake here. Wonderful. And they have good times all around. Wonderful. Anyways, we got one-way trip down memory lane. Stanley Parable alpha test up there. They have smile because it happened. Different drawings, different things. Nothing too fancy. I can't even take the CDs with me. They have a $1 bill framed. That's even best. They have the demonstration. I should probably do the demonstration. unachievable, impossible, and then go outside. Now I saw this achievement for this one has been upgraded 10 years, and they're like, yeah, you gotta do that one now. So nominees, all the way for every sort of category. Video games releasing, detail, rough choices, all that fun stuff. Can I go up any of these? Oh. Can I go off? No. How dare you?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com.
Why do
James
these look
Stephanie
beans?
Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to
Ooh,
be
can I get on
every
top of the
game
candles?
ever created."
No.
Did you
Damn.
hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was.
That's because you don't know
It was literally every game
how
ever
to
created.
grow
it was
further
Skyrim,
from that.
It was Persona 3. It was all of
No.
them. And now, it's
No.
nothing.
It is
It's no
not
games
any
at
of that.
all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk.
I'm having
Nothing.
fun with this
A
water
lifeless
here.
Husk
And these look
with
like
an
beans.
hour of new elevator content.
It seems like you're having an issue with that. You're like stuck, trapped with everything for that. What's down there? Let me go up here first. Before I go in there for the original and remake, Person of the Year, different testing and all. Nice, nice. Going downstairs to the maintenance. Can I not get in the maintenance room? Why have a maintenance room if I can't enter it? Tina, I need to have an entrance. All the buttons up there. Can I get up there? I want to get up there now. End is never the end. They do all the regular stuff. Different playtests, different things like that. No entrance there. Different things. Different that. This. All the way. Oh, the number is... Oh, I remember hearing about that. You have to get, like, the number is 8 for it. And that's where, like, they have
Here's
the...
another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
I don't want
The
to deal
Stanley
with your
Parable
passage.
is both a
I'm looking
richly
at else
stimulating
things.
commentary on the nature of choice in games,
No, I
and
don't
one
wanna
that
pay
offers
attention to that.
some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it,
No.
Stanley? The game was perfect.
I
It
don't
didn't
wanna
need
do any of
anything
that.
else. It didn't need new content. It just
Ooh,
needed
red
to
door
be
and blue
left
door.
alone. To spend
Because
the rest of
you
time
don't know what
collecting
you're supposed
dust
to be
in the
doing
hallowed
for it.
hall of beloved video game memories.
No. Bad. Bad. Ooh, can I get in here at all? No, there's no way to get in there. The serious room. I can see it from here. Can I get in here at all? No, sadly, no.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I
Maintenance
wouldn't
room.
give to go back to have it all over again. Wait,
Maintenance
hang on.
rooms.
I don't
Let's
recall
go.
this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Maintenance
Oh, no.
room.
Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Wonderful.
I haven't looked at these in years. I
That
can't
sounds
even
like your
imagine what's
issue.
been collecting down here. Surely these
Let me
reviews were
in.
glowing as
Let
well,
me
weren't
in.
they?
Let me in. I need to come in.
Honestly,
recommended,
I could not be bothered
not
to play
recommended.
this game to full completion. The
All the
narrator
way.
is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue
Because you
proving
don't
to be
know
more
how to
irritating
actually
than
be
entertaining.
funny.
Unfunny. I'm not
Narrator,
trying to be
you are
funny.
not funny at
I'm
all.
trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable.
I don't
but
wanna
the
deal
game
with
is
the
already
gags.
such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the
Can I
room
get
to
into
stick them.
this? It's not letting me in there. Damn. I could definitely be in there. For he's just going on his own tangent. I don't even know what the narrator's doing. Ooh, they have more recommended ones.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Ooh, there we
The
go.
idea for the game is good. For someone who prefers non-linear games,
That seems like
this
an
preachiness
issue
gets
for-
annoying fast. Preachy?
Yeah.
Stanley?
Understandable.
I'm not preachy, am I?
Understandable. They just
You can tell
haven't
me if I'm
met
preachy.
the
Honestly,
sort
you
of
can.
chaos
Goodness.
that I
This is
am.
actually quite shocking for me.
Because you
I
weren't
always,
funny,
to be
narrator.
honest, I had
You
always
need to
thought
get
of the
funny.
game's dialogue as
Get
being
good
rather terse
actually-
to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did.
I will still take
Maybe
your
it
sanity, narrator. You can't
Yeah.
stop me.
What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Who said you had a track
feel
record to
like a
begin
failure.
with?
Like I let these people down. Perhaps
destroyed
the
your
Stanley
track record
Parable
from the
isn't
beginning.
quite as sterling as I always remembered.
You don't have any sort of track record.
What's this one got to say?
Something
You
about
constantly
listening
have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of
No,
what's
I can
happened.
just.
I wish there was a
That's
skip
what
button.
it's called to just ignore the narrator
button.
and just full on.
Well, yes.
Talk over
Yes,
the
I think we can
narrator.
do that.
That's how
if
you're
I'm
supposed to
truly
do this
too
game.
Preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can
Can I get a
strike these
button?
negative reviews from the record.
Do I get a
Only
button?
positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto.
Let me
today,
get a button.
and It's always
I want a
been my
button.
motto.
I want a
I'd
button.
do anything
I want a
for
button.
the customers.
I want a button.
Yes,
I want a button.
skip button we shall have.
You give me a button. That's all I want is a button. Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you...
It's bored me already.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal
Well, just ignoring him.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button.
Yeah,
the
the
minute
button's
I
so
start to go
nice.
off on a thoughtless display of
Oh my
self-absorption...
gosh.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
Maybe that's a
that
you
last
issue.
One was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not
It doesn't-
unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself
Maybe
about.
you
I
need to
know,
get
it's shocking,
good.
isn't it?
You can
But at
definitely
any
just
rate,
join me
I
with
do
playing
suggest
games.
we
I'm pressing the button.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
You can suffer,
You've
narrator.
just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley.
Wonderful.
You're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
Goodbye, narrator. Narrator, are you here?
Hello, it's you. You're
Did
here
you let
again.
the
Welcome.
electricity bill
I
cut
have
out?
had time to think about you and
How
about
could
us
you?
and about everything we've been through.
You
I've
let
had
the
so much
electricity
time.
bill cut
I
out.
stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one
They
place
cut
and not
off
moved
the
for
electricity.
one entire year? Let me
What are we
describe
going
it
to
for
heat
you.
up
To
our
begin
food with?
There is only regret. There is
We
only
can't
the
heat
turning
up
wheel
our
of
food if
missed
we don't have any
opportunities.
electricity
I felt
here.
nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of...
Oh, he's gone. Bye, narrator. Are you having a fun time up there? The smoke alarm's going off. Seems like that's a skill issue. Sounds exactly like mine when it's low batteries. Did he let that also lose battery and all?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes?
Who
They bemoan,
needs
they
the jokes?
scream,
What
they
you need to
gnash
do
their
is just
teeth and said,
narrate back.
entertain us. It wasn't in...
That seems like a you issue, narrator. What is going on with it? Where's the water? I want the water. The plant's just dead. They're just completely dead for it. Anyways, skip.
The end is never the end, is never the end.
The narrator's lost his butt. Mine and marbles all the way.
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
He's like
is never the
reset
end,
for
Is
it.
never the end, is never the end.
Yep, just a complete reset. Where are you at, narrator? You gonna be anywhere near me or anywhere close to me? Anywhere helpful to me? No, he's just gone. Oh, great, this is wonderful. Exactly the type of place I need in life. Now let's just skip and see what happens. Sunlight. Yeah, skip it yet? Skip. Come on. There we go. Oh, look! It's the beginning of that game. The cat. It's the beginning of Stray. We don't need anything else. Just Stray. Maybe we can get a cat in here. We could definitely convince a cat to come in here. We can definitely convince a cat to come in here. I still want the cat. It's so scary. Come on, quick. That's all over the place. Oh, look, I'm freed. Wonderful. I have had such a good day. Oh my. This has been such a good day for everything. I'm completely freed. No sign of the narrator, no nothing. Just free. Free as a bird. All free as can be. Now we just pan onto the sky as we walk into sunset. Nothing more is needed here. We just got a fun day. Or not. The game doesn't want us to keep going. Keep being freed. Yeah, it just doesn't want us to know what freedom tastes like. Just as always.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Narrator,
decided to go
you
to the meeting
completely
room.
forgot
Perhaps
what
he
we
had
just
simply
went
missed a
through?
memo.
Did you have to ignore what was going through your brain because of how badly I destroyed you? Is that what this is? You're just having some memory lapse issues. So sorry, so sorry. Oh, new content.
Oh, good.
Don't mind
You
if I
noticed
do.
my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
What all have you done here? I need to see. You have to show me everything you've done, because the last time was not a good impression. If you're not going to let me through, I need at least 2 or 3 business days in advance.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be.
It
The
appears
original
so.
Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new
No.
content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense.
Are you
I
finally
say
being
we take
creative?
it one step even further.
I think
Which
he's
is
finally being
why
creative.
I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Wonderful. Now, are you going to actually be creative this time? There you go.
You see, isn't this
427.
far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
Can't
Think
see
of all the
anything
new
past
territory
there.
we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience built from the ground
Investor
up. Why
showcase.
there's so many possibilities? It could go in so many
Soda
different
machine.
directions. This
Soda
is what
machine
fans
is
have
still
truly
fancy.
been asking for.
3, 2, 3, 2. Oh, it's different counting for 2. How dare you? You could definitely just
Calling it the
live
Stanley
it as
Parable
me.
2 is just so much catchier
You're
than
not
Ultra
gonna let me
Deluxe.
even mess with
don't
the
you think?
doors?
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable
the photos.
2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's
I don't think you-
future-oriented. It
I think you're
screams
supposed to full
progress and
screen those.
innovation and long-term franchising potential.
You didn't full screen anything. You just left it straight as it is. You need to at least make it full screened. Can't believe you for this all. Nothing new, nothing actual new. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Old and busted. New hotness. Boring sections of the chart. Cool red section of the chart. Where's the blue red section of the chart? Okay, I need a blue and a red section. More TSP, all that stuff. I have no idea what any of these words mean. Brain. We have the same fern, but it's different. It's totally different. We definitely didn't just like learn how to edit this all in a PowerPoint 5 seconds ago. It's totally different.
Now, to be clear,
Oh, so
I
different.
haven't
Nothing
quite
else
nailed
can
down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be. But
Maybe we
let's
should do
take
that
a look at some of
first.
the features I've been developing for it.
Are you
I
finally
figure
being
that
creative?
if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting
Oh, wonderful.
concepts, that
Scrum,
surely the game will sort
design
of naturally
pitch,
spring
break,
up around
pitch,
them.
design,
It'll all
number
work
2
itself
chat.
out. Game
Wonderful.
development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything
That
scientific
seems
or
like
logical.
it's a you
really.
issue. We got 2 the prequel, 2 the Stanley Parable, 2, and it's just continuing on. Okay. And we got 2, we have, what else do we have? We have sequels are good, Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, we got Divinity, Doom, Aladdin, Dark Souls 2. Aladdin, I haven't seen that movie in forever for the second movie. This way to the show floor. Can I not go this way? Not gonna let me go that way? Really? New features. Okay. Not even let me have any seats. This is blasphemy. Blasphemy the whole way. Okay? I can't even get in there. How could you? You made me walk all this way for nothing? Really? How could you? And there's elevators. You could have let me use
Here
an
we
elevator
are.
to get up
Go
there.
on, try out some of the new features.
Gotta lock me down. The button that says the name of the game player that is playing the game. I'll see it after. Stand. I want some merch. Any merch I can have? No, sadly no. Let's say they're back, 2 doors, and all that stuff. All right, all right. I want the bucket.
A common
Bucket
complaint
is mine.
of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair
Where
in
is the
those
bucket
who
at?
played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution
Where's the
to
bucket
this
at?
fundamental problem with the
I
game.
want the bucket.
It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
I need the
You see,
bucket.
Stanley, anytime you're holding
Open
the
the
bucket,
bucket.
a sense of calm and ease will fill your
I
mind
want the
and
bucket.
your heart.
Give me the
It's
bucket.
true.
Give me the bucket. Give me the
As long
bucket.
as you
Give me the
hold onto
bucket.
the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal.
I
and
need the bucket.
perhaps
Come on.
Even
Bucket, come
comforting.
on.
You may even come to long for the
Give me the
gentle
bucket.
embrace of jarring
Give me the
cognitive
bucket.
dissonance while the bucket is in your
I
arms.
could care
And
less
to be
about what you're
honest,
saying right now,
it's a much
narrator.
more
I want the
convenient
bucket.
solution for me than actually redesigning the game
I have a
to
new
be less
goal.
uncomfortable.
I want the
Can
bucket.
you imagine what a pain in the ass that
No,
would be?
I
Yes,
don't want to
the
care about
bucket
your lack
is
of
the perfect
creativity.
solution.
I want the bucket.
Come on, give it a try.
Yes, it's mine now. It's mine now.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must
this is mine
already
now.
be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Are you getting
I think
interested
that
in
just
me?
holding it has made you the
Hold on a
slightest bit
second.
more
Hold
attractive
on a
as
second.
a person.
You complained
The
about my
benefits of
lack
buckets
of
seem to go on and on,
feet?
don't they?
You complained
All
about my
this and
lack
more
of feet, and now
await
you're saying
you
that you're
in the
interested in me?
Stanley Parable
I
2.
can't deal with this. You are too out of it. This is my bucket now, by
Does
the
anyone
way.
give out awards for most enjoyable bucket
Please,
in
no
a video game?
screenshots.
That really should be. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think
No
that in the new
screenshots.
version, the office could use a bit of
Screenshot.
decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy
Screenshot.
12th Birthday. Which would you go
I don't know if it's
with?
parsing it or such, but you know what? You know what? Screenshot. Wonderful. I'm having so many screenshots. Such amazement. I took and did my... Ooh, what's this? 12th birthday, stuffed knees. Get well someday. I'm walking out of here. Is he not gonna let me out until I answer that? Okay. Which one looks the worst? I want to do that one because of how minimalistic it is. I'm sorry.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all
How
along.
dare you?
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece it is.
No.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Where's this way? New, free, and easy achievement. It's all down here. I'll go down here for... After I go through there. I want to go through the That's New section real quick. There's a new jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle.
I'm sorry. I wanted to play with the jump
well.
circle.
I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
You won't even let me jump anymore? I can't believe you. Not even make any sort of like full... I want to play with it. That's new, but I want to see that bottom piece there. Oh, it just keeps going upwards. Okay. Well, I'm going to this one first. I'm sorry. I'm going here first.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go
there
at the
you
end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
We'll figure it out eventually. Button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. I'm pressing that. That says Stanley. I'm going to be so sad.
I asked myself, what do players really
You're not
want?
going to let me through
And
any of these?
Course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and
We got
validated
too big,
as people.
too small, and
So
just
with
right.
that in
No,
mind,
that isn't just
my first
right.
addition to the game is this button,
Goldilocks
which
would
speaks
be
the name
very
of the person
upset with
playing
you.
the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Let's do it.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of
No.
course, in the final game, this
No.
button will say your name, whatever name
How
that is.
could you?
Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate
No,
the
I'm
full
not gonna
experience
roleplay
of
on
this
this
feature.
him.
Just play along.
I have
promise you'll love it.
standards.
Okay,
If you're
here
not
we go.
gonna
Let's take
understand
a
my
deep
standards,
breath,
I'm not
clear
gonna
your
like
mind,
this.
Forget whoever you are and simply become a person named Jim.
No.
I want you to... Jim.
There.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the
No.
backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact
know
of this
what?
button.
You know what?
Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
I will become
All
Jim.
right, fine,
There we
whatever.
go.
It's just
Jim.
a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out
I
of
am
here.
so happy.
I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very
How
hard
about
on?
you take and get a chill pill? Maybe. You could definitely enjoy chill pill. That's all you need is just some chilling. You don't need to look at any of this. Just pay attention to the chill pill.
Maybe I'll only let
All right,
people
let's
named
see.
Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They would appreciate
Maybe
what I've
so.
created here.
Look, a whole new office. Did you just take and ruin the flooring? Did you give us the type of flooring that everything can get lost in? I can't believe you. And then red is the new orange. What are you doing? I can't even tap anything there. How dare you? New features, new contents, consistent quality with just the right amount of change. I don't believe any of this. This is absolutely horrible. Why did you take and get me in here? Okay, I have standards, and none of these are my standards that I would enjoy. I have to go upstairs, though. I have to see the black hole. Or whatever it is upstairs. I guess it's a settings world champion. Let's go. Let's go all the way. What? Are you really that rude? That mean to me to have locked off areas for me? Can't believe it. You lock off parts of the game, you lock off parts of my whole place, and you won't even let me in? Can't believe it. And we have
Stanley,
infinite hole.
here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game.
I want
This
to
is, in
jump
fact,
into the hole.
A hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like.
I'm
a
jumping
stunning
in.
leap forward for video games as a medium.
You gave me a hole I can jump
Isn't
in.
it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then,
I
since
jumped
you've
in.
gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Do you think I should go now?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but
I
I
gotta
do
make
recommend
sure I
you use
crush
the
his
teleport
spirit.
button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Let's see what happens if I stay on this later section. Does this infinite hole even infinite? Did you
Okay,
not dig
Stanley,
it all the way?
I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep. Great. Now, I'm very excited
so
to
he
show you
definitely
even
put
more of my ideas
in
for the
there
sequel.
just an ending. But I'll go later. Right now, I want the bucket. This is my bucket now. Can't even go back over there. How dare you? This narrator. No tact, no skill. No nothing. No wonder he's so boring. All the way, all boring. And he's just like showing up time and death and all that stuff. Just like, give me a chance to get the stuff. Let me get the free achievement. Let's go. I have the bucket with me too.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on
Ooh.
accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
No.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken.
No.
I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel.
This seems like a you
satisfy
issue.
the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
There's probably something in here. Did you put the thingamabob in the doohickey or new hickey or the bob? It seems like you haven't. Ooh, what's this? I can go faster with doing that. Okay. Okay, so I can't do that, but I can still go faster this way. I didn't realize I could go faster like this. This definitely beats doing this. Oh no, it just
What
goes
else?
walks forward
what
for
other
me.
exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Maybe that's because you haven't seen them at all. Lower level, jump circle. We haven't seen some other stuff. Let me see. Collectibles. Let's go that way. We gotta understand what's going on. Because otherwise, what else can we do? Collect them all. Let's go.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward
Scary.
for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You
Scary
simply
with
collect
these
all of them,
figurines.
and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
We got a figurine. Wonderful. That's just a black hole back there.
God, it really is the
What you
worst
do
when you
to
collect
them.
everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Did you block off the exit for me? Did you block off my exit? How could you? This better be the exit. Look at all the buildings. Times 2. All the
right.
way.
Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
This
to move
bucket's
on
mine.
now?
You can't stop me. This bucket's mine. I'll take the bucket with me all the way.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
No.
Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how
I
exactly
hate all the
these features will
features.
come together as one single coherent video game, but
No, I
can
hate
feel
all
it
the
in my
features.
soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game
It's
in
not
there
going to
somewhere.
work.
Say, let's do an experiment.
You're
I'll
hallucinating.
arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
I'm going to show you exactly how they were here.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Nuh-uh. Horrible.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
All the way.
Okay, yes, this is
You get
much
good.
better.
Get
I
good.
feel good.
That's all you gotta do is just
Here we
get
go.
good.
Version 2.
You just shoved everything into a
Who am I
box.
kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent
Why did you
video
just
game at
take
all. It's a
and
lot
shove
of
stuff into a
gags.
box?
And I do very much
don't
enjoy
even have to
creating
shove stuff
gags,
in the
but they don't
box.
add up to anything.
Yeah,
I
here
wanted
you
more
are,
than
shoving stuff
anything
into
to
a
create a
box.
sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply...
No,
well,
you're not going to take this
insert
parable
a few
from
of my
me.
new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With
No.
respect.
You're just
with
taking
care
and
for the vision
copying
and
my
integrity of the
view
original
of this.
game.
Let
Would
me
it
out. I don't want to
possibly
deal
work?
with this
I
stuff.
suppose it could, but it
No.
would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2."
Maybe you're
Let me
hallucinating.
see if I can whip something up.
You're hallucinating the whole
All right,
way.
perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
No. I'm not going to take the look. But fine, I'll go. I'm going to actually mess with this on video.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was
No.
employee number 42.
You know what? Skip you. Did you take my bucket from me?
All of his co-workers were gone.
You absolute
What could it mean?
ass.
Stanley
Took the
decided to
bucket
go
from
to the
me.
meeting room. Perhaps he
Make it
had
into
simply
any of
missed
this?
a memo.
No. You full on took my bucket from me. I had a bucket for... Ooh, there we go, bucket.
Stanley
my bucket.
picked up the bucket.
Right now. Are you not letting me through here? You meanie. Such mean. So mean. So rude. So cruel.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting
Are
room.
you going to be
But Stanley
still
had felt the
upset?
bucket calling to him, telling
about
him
me going
that
this
the
way?
employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than
Did you
the meeting
finally
room?
get some
Yes,
sunbeams
Stanley
back?
thought to himself. Yes, perhaps
I
it
can't
truly
believe this.
was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
I love the bucket so much better than narrator. Because the bucket at least is so much better than everything the narrator could be. The narrator is still has
Truly,
some sense
being
of...
here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been
His
through
mindset
together.
has
First,
not yet been
walking through the
destroyed.
door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
I'm continuing on with the bucket. Narrator
No,
can be
never
destroyed.
mind. The bucket was wrong.
No, you are
Stanley
wrong.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I'm going straight through.
No,
Bucket's
Said the
coming with
bucket.
me.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
He's
A
gonna help me
cargo
with my
lift.
girlfriend
Good,
issues,
Said
okay?
the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
I'm going to
But
bring
Stanley
him to
chose not
go
to
talk
think
to my
about this
girlfriend,
obvious
okay?
fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to
I
him,
need
and he
my
unthinkingly did
girlfriend
whatever the bucket
right now.
asked.
Okay, I need to talk to my girlfriend and bring up these issues with her,
In
okay?
here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Let's go. Bucket's my best friend.
Now pick up the
The bucket can't steer me wrong. I can't believe
This
bucket
is the
can't ever
sad story
steer me
of a
wrong.
man named Stanley and his bucket.
No!
Once
What
upon a
happened to the
time,
bucket?
I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
What
And
did you
then,
do to my
very
bucket?
distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
No! What did you do to my bucket? My bucket! Oh, there we go, bucket. Hello, bucket. I will talk to you, Bucket.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders.
Yes.
Whatever Stanley
it
is
will.
hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
It seems like that's a you issue, honestly.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To
No,
see
this
him
is
delusional
my
like this,
bucket.
obsessing over an inanimate metal
Where's my
object?
bucket at?
I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Can I get out there? There's a bucket, but can I get back out there? No. Okay. Narrator can
Try
suffer.
anyway.
I want the
Stanley,
bucket. This is
can
my
you hear
bucket.
me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All
Bucket
it would ever
tells me
truly
exactly
do for
what I
you
need to
is
do.
effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything
This is my
else.
amazing bucket. Yeah, don't listen to Loud Man. You're such to know
You see,
exactly what to
he's
do
not
with life.
listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know,
Bucket,
once
you
upon
wanna
a
tell
time
me
it
what
was
else
me
you
he
want me
took
to
orders
do?
from. Me he trusted
No,
and
I
listened
don't
to.
want to listen
now,
to
all
you,
he cares
narrator.
about is his awful bucket. This
bucket's
stupid
better
hunk
than
of
you.
metal.
It's so much better than you. Let me just, ignore the narrator the whole
Sad.
way.
I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket,
my
this
buddy.
sort of shiny bucket.
Narrator, you
Well,
can
I'll give it
suffer.
this.
This
The
is my
bucket does have
bucket.
a nice shine to it.
What do you mean shine with it?
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just
Narrator
a
is
little more, what am I
getting
trying
the
to say?
feels for this bucket,
Sturdy,
but I already know exactly
more
who I
capable
need
of
to
transporting
take
liquid.
and talk to
Like it
and
would
all.
be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Come on, bucket. Come on. We don't need to take and deal with this.
Oh my God, what am I saying?
I love
Better
you,
at
bucket.
carrying
You're
water
my
from room
best
to room.
friend.
It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
I
Why
love
do I
you,
feel some need
bucket.
to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
No, you don't get to. This is my bucket.
Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. No,
Where'd the
no,
bucket
no. What's
go?
going on? Why do I want to be
Ooh.
with the bucket?
I didn't-
hear what the bucket has to say.
I
do
didn't know
anything
you
it
thought
asks.
about me that
What's
way.
wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome
No.
situation.
This is my
Stanley,
bucket.
give me the bucket. Give
this
it
is
to
my
me.
bucket.
Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll.
I'm not dealing with Stanley. This is my bucket. I am going back to work with it, bucket. I will follow you to the ends of the earth. Such a wonderful bucket. Bucket is so amazing. Nothing could ever top the bucket. Let's see. Where are you at, bucket? Are
I
you
can't
not
wait to
here
tell this
now?
story to my co-workers, Stanley thought.
Yeah.
How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone.
Stanley
You know
lifted the
what?
bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort
Bucket, we're gonna
rushed
have
over
a
him.
nicer day than everything else. Let me see. These windows are all here, and I really want to get on top, but I don't have any jumps yet left. I don't have any of the jumps at all, 'cause I used them all later. Well, earlier.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, fine. I'll enter the store. I might end the stream early tonight and pick this game up
Still
tomorrow.
no one was here. Stanley needed the
Who
bucket's
knows?
warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his
Broom
boss's
closet.
office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley.
Hell yeah.
Can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of
I
jealousy.
am
It's
in-
as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
And I want the
I can
bucket
really
too.
feel it now.
I'm
It's
staying
a
the-
bucket. It
I'm
belongs
staying
in, a broom
in this
closet.
broom
That's
closet
what the
with the
broom
bucket.
closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
This is my
Good for
bucket.
you, Stanley. Don't give
No.
in. Don't
It's my
hand
bucket.
over the bucket. I know how hard it must be.
I'm not
given
listening
the
to
pressure
you.
that the broom
This
closet
is
is putting
my
on your
bucket.
shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion.
I know this is
and
my bucket.
lifelong
I'm
friend.
in the.
You can't
I'm in
let
here
it go.
with the bucket.
Getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults
It's
simply
a
in order to
shiny-
get you to hand over the bucket?
Shiny handle.
Stanley, I never
No.
liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even
I
this
don't
is
like
worse
you
than I
even.
had imagined. And
For
wait,
any reasons.
now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends, that your relationship is purely superficial and convenient, that your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner. Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
No,
Expand
I
on
live
the
here
wide
forever.
variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal
can't stop
entries
me.
detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have
Stop
it.
me, whatever you want to do. You can't stop me. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Not so ever. Not at all.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's
Hell
settled.
yeah.
No more debate.
There you go.
No more discussion.
Good, good.
Take a hike, broom closet, with all your... Coming to a staircase,
Going
Stanley and the
downstairs.
bucket walked upstairs to the boss's
Oh, what's
office.
it this way? Going downstairs. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go upstairs just for the thrill of it. This is my bucket, but we'll go upstairs. What's in this way? That's the door we came from. Still nothing straight outside. Nothing that way. Let's just get through this. We need to go to the bathroom together. Hello, bucket. Because the boss knows what the boss says.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't
get
buy
all
that
them.
sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried.
can't stop
so,
me.
I implore you to savor each and every moment
I'm
you
not
come
going to
across one of these
savor them,
beautiful
no.
figurines.
That isn't something I would do. There's like nothing else to do in here. How dare you? Through this door. What's all they have in here? Got the panda still. Can I get in here? This has gotten a bit of an upgrade. Bleeding is normal with the bucket. This was needed. Exactly what's needed. Give me a second. I have to be right back. I'm being told off now for even still being too loud. So sad. All the way. So very, very sad. Anyways, back to the game. Is it going up faster? No. They don't want to let me out. I can never be left out. That's exactly what happens. There you go. Wonderful.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may
Hey,
have
boss.
broken down into an emotional dumpster fire,
2,
if not for the soothing
8,
presence of
4,
the bucket.
5.
Even but Stanley guessed
There
the
you
correct
go.
code by sheer luck. Was it
No,
the
see,
bucket
you told me it
all
before.
along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Bucket's
Yes,
amazing.
this is certainly the
Bucket's
most
better
logical
than any type
explanation.
of person the narrator could be. The bucket's so much better. So much better the whole way. So many blaring lights.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about
I can probably find
mini
more of them
stands?
somewhere.
Stanley figs. Or
We
What
should
about
check in case they're in
Stanleys?
the
Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine
little
under
like
your
other
belt.
under passageway. That'd be pretty interesting to see. I have the bucket with me though. This will make sure we know exactly where we're going. I'm bringing the bucket with me to the one where I'm supposed to
The elevator raced
die if I
downward,
go off.
plummeting towards an unknown fate.
That seems like your
It
issue.
would be all
if there's
Stanley
an
could do
unknown
to keep
fate.
himself together, if not for the bucket.
The
Soothing
bucket's
him,
amazing.
comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
The bucket's way
The
better
bucket
than
is
you
here
could
for
ever
you,
be.
Stanley. Everything will be fine.
So much better than anything you could be.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
we're going this way.
Mind Control Facility. Although
bucket
this
would cover
passageway
me.
had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
I'm taking the bucket with me.
The door behind them
You
was
can't
not shut.
No.
Stanley and the bucket still had every
can't
opportunity
stop
to
me.
turn around and get back on track.
You
At this
can't stop me.
point, Stanley
This
and the
is my
bucket were
bucket.
knowingly walking forward
Me
into
and
a
the
very
bucket are going this
painful
way,
death
okay?
for each of them.
Yeah, because we know exactly what's up. We know exactly what to do with this, alright? We're committed to our end. We are committed and ready. There we go. We got the bucket with us too. Let's get started with this bucket. This is going to be original
As the machine
credits.
whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise,
We'll
Stanley
see.
reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure,
Maybe because
it
you're
puts
just
the mind and the
meaningless.
soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to
bucket's
himself.
amazing.
And he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere.
That sounds like
Farewell,
your issue.
Stanley.
I'm still going to be using the bucket.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were
narrator
led
is
helplessly into
here.
the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
The narrator just loves us so much. Loves us way more than anything else. And doesn't understand the bucket's amazing.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are
Did you
radiant in
take
their
my
own
bucket
way,
from me?
but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
It took my bucket from me. I can't believe this. You took my bucket from me. I had a bucket for a reason.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the
This is my
hubris
bucket.
that blinded him? Can you
I won't
see
even
that
let me
the
take the
bucket is
bucket. How
far
dare
more
you.
noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Maybe you're not noble enough. You could be way more noble for this bucket.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
You're just
It is
too
man
charmed
who
by
should
my
kneel
bucket.
before the bucket.
It's my bucket. There you go, my bucket. There you go. I love my bucket.
There is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the
Bucket,
game.
I know
Don't give
you.
him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's
I
buckets
believe
from
in you,
their
Bucket.
treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new
You're my
world, a
property,
new vision.
Stanley. Bucket. Did you just let me die, Bucket? How could you? I trusted you, and this is what you do to me? You had to take me out? Can't believe you, Bucket. You betrayed me. I need to get more feelings in my head. There's just too many things going on, and I still need the
All of his
bucket in
co-workers were
hand.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Eating today, still nothing new. Bucket,
The
I
confusion
can't
and the
believe you.
chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Yeah, Bucket, I hate you so much. I'm going to toss you out a window.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
Actually, you know what? We're gonna
entered
go
the
into
door
the-
of his lab. This was not the correct way to the meeting
We're
room.
going into the
But
game
Stanley
area.
had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was
He's
wrong.
just going to be having the worst
Stanley
time of
took
his
the door on
life.
his left to go back to the meeting room.
I'm going to go into that blue door, red door
said
area.
the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
No,
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I
I'm
need you
going
to
straight
do.
in the middle.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
Yeah, the
He was
bucket's fine
firmly
now.
convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I'm doing my bucket thing.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you
No.
think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless...
It's my bucket.
The problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket
This
and
is
what
my
isn't
bucket.
a bucket.
Let me
I
bring my
suppose that
bucket
would
with me.
explain a lot about your
The
behavior
bucket
up
needs to see
this
the
point,
blue
which,
doors.
if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of
This
the
is
game
my
if not
bucket.
addressed quickly and properly.
The bucket needs to
So
see the blue
much of
doors.
the impact of the story is
If you're gonna
dependent
hide
on your
the
understanding
blue
of what
doors
is
from this bucket,
and isn't
I'm going
a
to be
bucket.
so mad.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh, we finally letting open some stuff. Let's go. We got the bucket with us.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Everything
Simply
is a
enough,
bucket.
right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay,
Everything
let's begin.
is a bucket. That's a
Item
bucket.
1. Is this a bucket?
That's a bucket.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket,
How dare
not an
you.
actual bucket.
You absolute meanie. That is a bucket. Even though it's a visual
Item 2.
representation, that's still
Is
a bucket.
this a bucket? Incorrect.
dare
It is a
you.
3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
There's still a bucket. I can't believe this. I'm being tricked all the way.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
You're not gonna tell me anything else about the bucket? Oh, you're just gonna say it only for the ones I get wrong, huh?
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes, it is a bucket. You can put a ton of water in there.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills
No,
the
it's a
earth.
bucket.
I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just
That's a
move
bucket.
on to the next one.
You can't convince me otherwise. That is a bucket. You can hold so much water in there.
Is this a bucket?
Yes. Yes, it is a bucket.
Correct.
It's my
This
bucket.
is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes. It is a bucket.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
No. It is a bucket. You can't convince me otherwise.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
It is a bucket. It is a bucket. Where is it? It is a bucket.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I
It
don't
is a
appreciate the
bucket.
implication
You
that
can't-
nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And
Everything
therefore
is a
nothing
bucket.
could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing?
A bucket
Answer
is
me
everything.
straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
A bucket is a Schrodinger's cat. You can't convince me
You know
otherwise.
what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence.
See?
And yet now
This
I'm
is the
somewhat
problem with
adrift.
people. They don't
Do any
understand
of us know what a
Schrodinger's
bucket is?
bucket.
Am
They
I
don't understand
a bucket?
the struggles of
Stanley, I
Schrodinger's
can't
bucket.
keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with.
Yeah, maybe you
I'm
are
afraid
just
the
losing
bucket is
yourself because you have
threatening
no
to
idea
tear our
who you
relationship
are.
apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to
I can't
erase
handle
all
you.
buckets from the game entirely. Okay,
No.
here we go.
You better not take away my bucket. How
What happened?
dare you?
Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every
Yes.
single thing in the game was a bucket.
Everything
My
and
God,
nothing
I had
is
no
a bucket.
idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
We are buckets.
Yes, I actually
Can't
feel
stop
much
me.
more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the
How
fact
could you?
that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
I need all the
and
buckets.
we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
They're
Who
gonna-
knows what that information might do to a person? All right,
Let
here
them
we
all
go.
have full mental psychotic breakdowns about knowing that it is a bucket. That they are in fact buckets. With it, I can click that and go into the
Someone was
heaven
following
area.
Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Ha. Ha. No. You don't want to be here with me. You had to be so sad, so scared. All of that without me.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he
You gotta
was
go to the other
home.
paths. Where are the other paths? They had one where you just fall to your
Stanley
death.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
I
This
know
was not
exactly
the
what we
correct
need to
way
be
to the
doing.
meeting room.
Going
But
this
Stanley
way,
had
going
felt
that
the
way.
bucket calling to him,
Going
telling
this
him
way,
that the
doing a
employee lounge
loop-de-loop.
was simply the place to be.
Make the
And here
narrator
it
go
was. Had
rounds
the
with
bucket turned
his
out to be
full-on
correct?
speech.
No,
Speaking?
never mind. The bucket was wrong.
No, you're wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the
We're
opposite
going down
door.
this way. This is our path now. The bucket's coming with me. Nothing says the bucket can't come this
Good
way.
Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
I found the line. My lovely,
You see, your
lovely
friends and I
line.
are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Broom closet.
It's this
Let's go.
bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket
Just
isn't
come
even
straight
from the
into it.
original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic
you-
characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the
Are you
Broom
trying to
Closet.
give me an
Because
intervention?
that's what fans want from a sequel.
Excuse
they
me,
want more
narrator.
of their
I'm
favorite
quiet
jokes,
down.
not this
Are you trying to
bucket
give me
that
an
they've never seen
intervention here?
before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with
There's
it.
so many people
Don't you
giving
want
me
another
intervention.
story
I feel
involving
so
the
scared.
Adventure Line? We could make the
So
Adventure Line
scary.
go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
I would love to have it. Where is it going? Oh, it's going this way. I'm going this way. You know what? Goodbye, world. I'm going to the Adventure Line.
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yes. Music. Exactly what we need. Who cares about the narrator? We'll just continue on with this. We don't need the narrator
Now,
or
this
anything
is
else.
what the Stanley Parable is
Just
all
take
about.
off my
Don't you
music.
remember all those great jokes from
Take
the
off the
original
music.
dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
No.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to
I
do
don't wanna
that,
deal with
you're
any
going
of that.
to have to give something up.
No, this is my thing. My thing, my bucket. I'm staying with the bucket. You're not gonna have anything to do with the bucket. This is my bucket. You're gonna see me carry this bucket the entire way. And you can be for sure that I will have this bucket the entire time. You cannot stop me with this bucket. This is my bucket. And you
Don't you
cannot
get it,
stop
Stanley?
any of it.
We need to get rid of the bucket. That's
No.
why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No, I'm not doing
I think it'll
Bucket
make
Destroyer.
a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable.
No.
True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No, I don't like that.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
I'm not
Go
destroying
ahead
the
now,
bucket.
Stanley. Say goodbye
Don't
to the
turn it
bucket,
off.
and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
There's a way to turn it off somewhere.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
Bucket Destroyer
Destroying
can
buckets
suffer.
is all it knows.
This is my
That
bucket.
is its singular personality
It can do
trait.
whatever it needs to do.
Sure, I can
But
hear
this
you
is my
saying,
bucket.
how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really
You're
explore
having
the
too much
Bucket
of a skill issue
Destroyer,
here,
you would
man.
see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The
and
broom
this is my
closet?
bucket,
Certainly
and I will
not.
treat
I
it with
wonder what
care
sort of Bucket
and loving
Destroyer merchandise
personality.
the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket.
This is
Quickly
my
now,
bucket.
the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want.
This
Hurry
is my
and
bucket. You cannot stop me with my bucket. This is my bucket, and I have it for a reason. Yeah, let the Bucket Destroyer die.
Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do
So
such
much
marvelous
potential,
things with
just
you,
like
tell
the
such
free
spellbinding stories
achievement.
about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Nuh-uh. It is not magnificent. It tried to eat my bucket. I just can't believe such fiends would take and let my bucket be eaten. Even the slightest bit. I can't even believe anything near that. Like, the bucket is my bucket. It's not going to be taken advantage of by anything else. I'm not going to take and press that anymore, not yet, until I want to
All of his
go to the
co-workers
heaven.
were gone. What could it mean?
The end is
Stanley
never the
decided
end,
to go to the
is
meeting
never
room.
the
Perhaps
end,
he had
never-
simply missed a
never
memo.
the end. Do 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 do. Bucket.
Stanley
bucket.
picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again.
I
not
guess
truly
I need
alone.
to take and
Not
follow
with
it to
the
the
bucket
other,
around.
like the other path.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
So
to
let's
his
see
chest
if we
and entered
actually
the
go
door
through
with
this. Let's see. Actually, I want to go downstairs first. I'm going downstairs. There will be a reward for finding them all. Let's go. Where are the rest of them? I need the rest of them for it. Broom closet, do you happen to have any? No, they don't. How dare you, broom closet? You betrayed me. First
Coming
come to
a
my
staircase,
intervention and
Stanley and the
otherwise?
bucket
How
walked
could you?
upstairs to the boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might
No,
be fired for that.
I'm not
and in
getting
such a
upset
competitive
about that.
economy, why had
I
he
have a
taken
bucket.
that risk?
Why do I
All
need to worry
because
about my
he believed
boss? I have a
everyone had
bucket.
vanished. His boss would think he was crazy.
This is
And
my
then
bucket.
Something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked
Maybe
down at the
you're
bucket in his
crazy.
arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket.
You're the one that
The
took
bucket
and
returned his
started
gaze,
acting like
but
you were
said
part of
nothing
me.
at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such
Because
as
the
these.
bucket knows what they're doing.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
I
And
can't
that's when
believe
Stanley
this.
realized
He doesn't know the
this
power of the
isn't my
bucket.
bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket.
This is
someone
my bucket. You
else's
can't
bucket,
stop
perhaps.
me.
How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly
This
wrong.
is my
Surely
bucket.
no good would
Did
come
you
from
just
this.
take
Who
my
knows
bucket
what
from
sorts
me?
of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the
I can't
psychologically
believe the
grounding
narrator. He
presence
just
of his
took
bucket.
my bucket from me.
Indeed. Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now
I
he
could
felt
care
himself
less about them
floating off the
repeating.
ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me!
He just took my bucket.
Could it truly be?
Oh, bucket.
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by
there
one
none of
bucket
the
after the
buckets
next.
gone?
None of them were his. None of them were his
How
special
could
bucket.
you?
Come to me, Stanley!
The narrator is
Find
being
me.
so cruel.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his
Narrator
sanity.
is so
And
cruel.
then suddenly,
He took me back
froze
from
dead
my
in his
feet.
tracks. He knew
then he
where
stole
the
my
voice of the
bucket.
bucket had been coming from.
How could
the
he?
real bucket was inside of him all along. It was
inside my-
incredibly painful.
Damn.
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
That seems like a skill issue on my end, honestly. I should just get good. Get good
This
with
is the
having a
story of a
bucket in
woman
my...
named Mariella.
How dare she? Is she
Mariella
coming
woke up
and
on a day
seeing?
like any other.
I bet
She arose,
She better
got
not be
dressed,
cheating
picked
on
up
me
her
with
bucket of
bucket.
comfort and security, and walked to her place of work.
she's cheating.
But on this
The bucket's
particular
cheating on
day,
me.
her walk was
How could
interrupted by
they?
the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of
She took
course
and
he'd
is
gone
cheating
mad, ranting
with the
and
bucket
raving about
on
a
me.
narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented
This is all
if
my
only
bucket,
he'd taken his
and he
bucket
just
with
took
him.
and
Perhaps
made
he didn't
fun of my
even
bucket.
realize he'd
And then the
forgotten his
bucket
bucket
just
at
is
home in the
cheating
first
on me.
place.
This has been the
How
worst day,
cruel
honestly.
the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her
bucket's
own
cheating
bucket
on me.
even tighter.
What am I supposed to
But
think?
of course,
Huh?
she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity.
Give me a
on
bucket
everything.
for actual
Heck, yes,
college,
she
though,
thought to
honestly.
herself, my life
I
kicks
love
ass.
a
And she
bucket for
backflipped all
college.
the way to work.
Let's go, let's go. Maybe the bucket is having a fun day. They definitely are. Do I get the deadline?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are
I'm
confirming your
signing
shipment of
up.
1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can
I'm
you
getting
verify
all
that
them.
this is correct? Excellent. Your
Yes.
order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Nice, nice.
The good
Need
old
all of
bucket.
them.
Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling
Are
adventure
you taking
together.
and making fun of me in my bucket?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
How
and
could
entered
you?
the door on his left.
Don't you dare. I'm going to go first with the on and then I'll go with the off. Or maybe we are the collectibles. Okay. Okay. Let's see. It's floating. Alright, so they're in different places. They're in the bathroom. Where else are they? I'll have to see. No clue with some of that. Did you take and grow anything with it? Do you? You still don't give me a... You're not gonna give me any of the free
Coming to a
merchandise?
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Going back upstairs, going through this door.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this
They can annoy
revelation,
that.
Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce
I messed
the
up
dark,
and
but
put
Stanley
that.
guessed the correct code by sheer
I
luck.
accidentally took and
Was it that the
pressed
bucket knew
zero.
all along?
Did you
Was
just
the
close
bucket
the
guiding
door?
him? Yes, this is certainly the
I
most
can't believe
logical
this.
explanation.
We need to go down, straight into there. Can't we just skip this? Do we have to go wait through this entire thing? So sad, so sad. We're going to do the on button. Actually, no, let's do the off button, then we can
Stanley
end
and
with
the
a
bucket
bang.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Thank you, Bucket. I love you so much, Bucket.
The lights rose on
There's
an
definitely
enormous
a
room
path that
packed
we were
with
supposed to
television
take for this.
screens. What horrible secret
fine,
did this
I have
place
the bucket.
hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
This is my bucket. I love the bucket. The bucket's my favorite. Might not get all the exits and all, but it's
The monitors
fine.
jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
No, this is my bucket.
Everyone in the
I'm
office
not gonna
was
drop
being
my bucket. I'm
videotaped,
taking good care of this
monitored
bucket
like guinea
until the
pigs.
day it passes.
The bucket had never
It's
seen
my
anything
bucket.
like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
You really have to cradle the bucket? Can the bucket just be cradled? Can the bucket cradle itself? Can the bucket not cradle itself? Can the bucket cradle not?
Was the bucket
Cradle
under the mind
itself.
control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been
Better
told to do
not
things
take and
it didn't
make
wish to
my
do?
bucket out to be a
What
bad
kinds
guy.
of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the
I will
first
destroy
place?
you, narrator, if
These
you make my
questions
bucket
raised
into a
furiously
bad
in
guy.
Stanley's feeble
This is
mind.
my bucket, and you cannot stop me with my bucket. Because this is my own bucket. And you can do whatever you want with your bucket, but this is mine own.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
The bucket just needs to get a show pill. The bucket's just doing amazing, even more amazing than anything else. With it, give me a second. I'm playing with the magnets. I've gotten distracted by the magnets. I kind of like the magnets. And I should probably be putting the magnets on the side, but I like them so much. Anyways, let's go forward.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the
And just
cold
like
reality
usual,
of his past
we're
began to
pressing the
sink
off
in,
button for right
Stanley
now.
decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human.
Send me straight through.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
I know.
Was it over?
The bucket's amazing.
Yes, they had
bucket
done
will follow
it.
you
Stanley and the
forever.
bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere
The
moments
bucket
away.
is mine.
Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in
This
every
is my
country
bucket.
on Earth.
Oh, I found.
Both
I
of them wanted
got
to
flipped
begin
around.
watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in
I'm
reverse
not
from the
watching any
end.
movie in reverse.
True, it
What
was a simple
psychopath
life they
do you
envisioned,
think I am?
but it was one they'd lived together, with
I am
one
a
another to lean
psychopath, but I
on,
am
to
not
trust,
that type
to
of
support.
psychopath. I will gladly do a
What?
lot of different
Wait,
things, but not
what was
that.
happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Did you take
An
and block
unbearable
off the
silence
bucket?
filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No, this is my bucket then.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth
This is
of the
my
bucket.
bucket.
Will go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not
No.
while he has such a precious
This
bucket
is
in his
my
arms.
bucket.
Not while this building has anything to say about it.
The building
Stanley
can say
realized he would
nothing
never
or
again
anything
leave
it
this
wants to
very
say.
room. But at
But this
least,
is my
at
bucket.
least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself.
trying to
As long as
narrate
I have
my
my bucket with
thoughts.
me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley
don't remember
gulped.
anything of my
Very soon
thoughts.
now,
This is my thoughts.
He was about to find
my
out.
head, my thoughts, my body, my choice. Alright? You don't get to narrate anything about me. I'm taking it first.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself.
Wonderful.
That's all
All
I
the
need.
boxes are
If I
here.
can make it through this door,
Perfection.
I can make it through them all.
Where are we going today?
We're going
the bucket
to
asked.
go to the
Stanley
on.
just smiled. Anywhere they
We're
went
going
together
straight to the
would
on
be
button.
perfectly.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We're going to be going straight into the thing. I'm probably not going to find all of those, but it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. I'm going to be
Coming to a staircase,
taking and choosing
Stanley
the
and the
on
bucket
button.
walked upstairs to the boss's office.
We have the on button to get to.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any
2, 8,
human
4,
life.
5.
Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
He's just going on
Was
his
it
own
the bucket
tangents.
knew all
He
along?
needs to listen to
Was
the
the
narrator
bucket
anymore,
guiding him?
honestly.
Yes,
The narrator
this is
has
certainly the
two
most logical
little
explanation.
brain cells on us for some stuff. 2 little brain cells, not enough brain. 2 little brain, not enough cells. 2 little cells, not enough brain. Not enough thoughts, not enough nothing. Going straight through to the on.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Turn on the mind control, let's
Facility.
go. We can defend any mind control attacks by putting the bucket right on top of our head.
The lights rose on an enormous
cannot
room
stop
packed
me
with
for doing
television
that.
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
The bucket will know exactly what this place holds because they know exactly who I am, what I'm doing, and the narrator knows nothing about me. Like the narrator last time made fun of my shoes, my lack of shoes with it, and now it's just he's making fun of my bucket, and it's like, why?
Monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly
This is my
dropped the
bucket
bucket
and
in
everything
shock.
else.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea
I
pigs.
could care less about the
The
monitoring.
bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley
Let
cradled
me and
it
the bucket
gently,
have fun.
reassuring it
Okay?
that everything
You can just
would be
have your
fine.
own fun with these stories with nobody playing them, and I'll just have fun with the bucket in the broom closet, okay?
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
Bucket,
Had
you
the
can be
bucket
my
been
mind
told to do
control
things
influence.
it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do?
I
or
will
not
take
want
you
to
with
do
me,
in the
bucket.
first
I will
place?
take you and have fun
These questions raced
for it where you don't
furiously
have to
in
worry about
Stanley's
any of that.
feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket
Oh, one of
tighter.
them's been fired.
His one friend in the entire world.
I didn't realize that
At
that
this
one of them has
point,
been fired.
He could trust no one except for the bucket.
The narrator is that one fired one, I bet. Most likely he
But
learned
here
out
was the
too
proof.
much.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
Nuh-uh.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold
That's
reality
where
of
this
his
comes
past began
from.
to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human. But at
No,
the last
it is.
second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in
all
horror.
for a bucket
Had this been
being
the
in
bucket's
charge
plan
of me.
all along? To take over the machine and claim
Let
the
me
power
have the
for
bucket
itself?
if nobody else will.
How could the bucket have betrayed him
My
like this?
bucket.
Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly
this is
an
my
image
bucket.
appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly birds.
Birds.
The control buttons became active again.
We love the birds. Bird. Bird. Bird.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it
We're
dawned on
doing
him.
birds all
This
the way.
wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling
care less
silly
about the
birds
birds.
all over the world.
I want to play with the birds.
The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the
Yes,
metal
the bucket's
genius in
known it
his
the whole
hands.
way.
the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because
We
they
love all
spent
the
the rest of
birds.
their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the
birds are
possible
amazing.
paths his life could have taken,
We
this
can't let
one
the birds
was surely
end.
the best. And Stanley
Yes.
was happy.
Oh, you know what we should do for the last one? Because we still have one more place to check. Oh, great. Wonderful.
All of his
Now we
co-workers
have
were
the
gone.
last piece
What
here.
could it mean?
This is exactly
Stanley
what's
decided
needed.
to go to the meeting room. A good bucket.
Wait, I
a
can't take
strong
the bucket with
a
me into
humble
the
bucket,
heaven?
A committed bucket. A bucket of culture and distinction.
I can't take the bucket with me into the end? How dare they? I'm still going in to check what they did, but I can't believe that they took the bucket
Stanley
and
clutched
do
the
not
bucket
let me
tightly
use
to
the
his
bucket
This was not the correct way to the meeting
in
room.
any of it.
But Stanley had felt
How
the bucket
could
calling
they?
to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the
I know
place
the employee
to be.
lounge is
And
over
here
here.
it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than... No, never mind.
The bucket is
The
my
bucket was
favorite.
wrong.
You can get as
Stanley
excited
put
with
the
the
door on
bucket
his
as you
left
want,
to go
but I'm
back to the
staying with the
meeting room.
bucket here. Let me see. There's still no
No,
where
Said the
else.
bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Jumping straight
The
off.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend.
We love the
So
bucket.
he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms.
We love the
How
bucket.
deeply touching.
Very touching. The bucket's my beloved. You can't stop that. Now we gotta take, before this stream ends, we have to take and finish up the input. Let me take and turn this quieter. The buttons again. More buttons. All the buttons, all the way. Let's see. How far can I go? I have to go fast. I have to go fast, 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 fast speed. Fast speed, fast speed, fast, fast, fast. I can't turn off all the buttons at once. Damn. Anyways, I think that is probably gonna be the end of the game. I think I did all I could on this game. There isn't anything left to do on the game. Not that I know of. So I think I finished up all the game then. By the way, this game is really nice and really fun. I didn't go through all endings just because I did some endings already before, but I am going to be taking and playing. I know that tomorrow I should be playing Paper Lily, and I was going to take and I'll still be doing Little Misfortune. It's probably be a different day, but no, for tomorrow I'm probably gonna be playing Paper Lily. If you haven't seen that, it is a pretty nice little simulator, like story and all. Very nice place. So I was gonna do that tomorrow if you guys want to join. It's gonna be me by myself, and I should be doing it earlier than today. Hopefully. I'm not gonna have any more issues with my computer, but we'll have to see. Sorry about me having to change my volume each time. My parents were like, yeah, you're too loud already, and I'm like, damn. But, I'm definitely going to take and make more videos, have a lot more fun with some of these games, and I found a lot more games to do. So there's not going to be any lack of games. It's just going to be dependent on my schedule. And I know some days I might have really busy schedules where I can't play games. Others, I'm going to be completely free to play games. So until I know exactly what my schedule is and such, I'm going to probably have very differing streams, but I do know what times I will be streaming. So just keep an eye out for those times of when I will be streaming. It'll be sometime in those times. So if you want to come watch, feel free. If you don't, it's all fine. And yeah, I'm going to take and work on trying to get a lot more stuff fixed up, and hopefully I can bring my computer with me to my university when I go back on Friday, and so we'll have to see. I have like also a new chair, so we won't have this squeaky chair with it. Okay, yeah, of course the one time I'm trying to make it squeak, it's not wanting to squeak. It's an amazing chair. But yeah, I have a new chair coming in. I'm going to have a fun setup there, and so hopefully that will entice me to stream a lot more during this semester. And yeah, I'm going to be going to sleep now because it's like way past when I'm supposed to be going to sleep for the night. And I will see you guys all tomorrow, most likely. So I'm going to end the stream now. I'm going to give it a couple seconds so it can actually load. Didn't realize that before. Anyways, bye!